Salutations, everyone. This is Razor here to give you guys another movie review where today I'm going over Monsters University, the newest Pixar movie to come out for us. The studio that was giving us gold for 15 straight years, and then came Cars 2, which was permissible. Okay, you can get your first failure out of the way, and it was just to sell toys. So that was fine. And then they gave us Brave, which was a mediocre effort. It looked very beautiful, had good music, but was a very boring movie that just didn't live up to Pixar standards. So then they popped out a prequel in Monsters University, which was, it's a bit of a red flag to see them, just throw out another movie out there with a franchise they've already dabbled with in attempts to, capitalize on an already firm fan base and not try anything new. But at the same time, other sequels such as Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3 were rounding successes, but then again, Cars 2 was not. And so I was a little iffy when it came to this film. I thought, it's probably going to be pretty good, but I don't think it's going to be the next great Pixar film. We really haven't had one since Toy Story 3. And I'm here to tell you, I was pretty much right here. It's overall it's an enjoyable movie. It's good for the whole family in that kids will get their laughs, but there's also a lot of things that adults will understand and get. There's a lot of awesome references in this film to the college life. If you've been to college, there are certain characters and archetypes where you're like, yes, that is totally like how that person acts in real life. That person really exists, rather it be a student or a teacher. Like there's this one teacher is like, I had that dude for chemistry. That's ridiculous. And so they did a lot of cool things there, a lot of things that you're really going to enjoy if you went to college because there are things that you're going to get that other people won't because they won't have that shared experience as I many of the writers of this movie enjoyed. Animation was very good. The story, as you can tell from the trailers, seems a bit formulaic when you compare it to other other Pixar movies. It isn't up to their originality standards. As far as your typical PG film goes, it's pretty good. It is rather formulaic. It's rather run of the mill when it comes to the story and plot wise. But the way they go about it still has its Pixar charm. Is still rather funny at times. But it's not going to blow you away on any means. It's There's not really a whole lot of original ideas thrown about here when it comes to the story, and the characters have already been mostly established. But this kind of goes more in depth to their backstories when it comes to Mike Wazowski and Sully Sullivan, which is nice. You get to see a lot more of the characters' personality and how they grew up, and they're very different monsters as when they were younger. They come from different backgrounds and are destined to be different things. And I think that was probably one of the better things I enjoyed about this film is sort of the message that they give out there when it comes to Mike's journey. Mike's journey, I thought, was a gives out a different message than you would expect from it from most kids films. It doesn't really spell it out for you, but at the same time it gives you something that you probably won't see on most Saturday morning cartoon feel good specials. So that was something that I definitely enjoyed about the film. uh, some of the characters are pretty awesome. There's a lot of good laughs in it, but at the same time, it's a story that we've mostly seen before, and while that's not necessarily a bad thing, they do a good job with it. But still, when it comes to the Pixar standard, it's something that I feel that they fell short for the third time. And that is a bit of a cause for concern, but at the same time, this was an enjoyable movie. You can definitely get some kicks out of it, regardless of how old you are. There's something there really for everyone, and it doesn't pander to little kids, except with a little bit of slapstick here and there, which is once again permissible. But it just doesn't, hit the standards that the original monsters hit, or Ratatouille, or Wally, or Up, or Toy Story 1, 2, or 3. Bugs Life was okay. As far as how it compares to other Pixar films, I would rate this between better than Brave, but not as good as the first Cars. Somewhere in between there, I think is a fair assessment. Definitely not as good as the original, although it makes plenty of references to characters that we know from the first movie. Pretty much every monster in the first movie is referenced in one form or another, and the way some of them are, touched on is rather comical, and they give you some good new characters to enjoy as well. So, as far as an overall movie going experience went, it was pretty good, enjoyable, definitely worth seeing if you got nothing better to do. But when it comes to the golden standard of Pixar, it once again falls short. So, hopefully, next year's Pixar film, The Good Dinosaur, will recapture some of that magic that we haven't seen since Toy Story 3, and a little bit of promise there because we have the writer from Up and Finding Nemo in there. We have had a little bit of absence when it comes to, the writers of the past few movies have only been like co-writers or co-directors of some less successful projects, but we have the writer of Up and Finding Nemo here in the next movie, which has dinosaurs living with people, which is nothing new, but there's plenty of things that they can do with that. And then there's Inside Out, which looks like that could be really, really good. Definitely new and original stuff there for 2015. And then you have Finding Dory, which could be very, very good because Finding Nemo was awesome. And then there's that untitled movie about Dia de los Muertos, which we'll see. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Comments are always appreciated. I don't think this film really warrants any sort of spoiler discussion, but let me know what you guys thought, and let me know what movies you would like to see me review here in the near future, and I will see you guys next time.